Hello, everybody in Facebook and YouTube world. It's Friday night. We're just going to take a little bit of time to go over the week in SiN for week number 18. We are live for the first time, both on our Facebook group and on my personal page. We're trying this out. If you want us to go live on a certain platform, just reach out to us, let us know. We're going to instantly get into tonight the week in SiN, found under the vid and podcast section. Vid stands for video casts. This is This Week in SiN. So we're going over last week, which is week 18, 2017. The number 7. Now, one quick thing that I do want to mention about this go around is the fact that for this week, one of the things I didn't like was anything that was repetitive. We had a couple things that kept repeating itself, and I kind of felt bad that we kept repeating ourselves on certain things, especially when it came to my Kickstarter or Fetish babies had anything repetitive. I felt kind of weird about it. So what I did to compensate for that is I made a new rule that I'm trying out this week, that nothing will be repeated in this countdown. So if it has been shown in a week prior, we will not show it that next week. If it shows back up the following week because it didn't make it that week before, then that's fine. With that in mind, here are the top 7 new threads to this Kickstarter, this countdown that we do weekly. So we're going to try a slightly different format this week, and I hope you guys enjoy it, because I don't like having it every week look like the same thing. And as much as I love that you guys are paying attention, especially my project or you know, Claire Vale's been on here a lot, and I love the support you guys give it. I don't want anyone to feel like we're forcing anyone to constantly be paying attention to something. So I don't do that. And I'm not that type of person. And with that in mind, we're going to be doing it differently now with that to make sure no one feels that way. So now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about it. Let's just get into this. We do have the comment section open on YouTube. We have it open here on Facebook on my page. I don't have it open for the group. So if you guys are making comments on group, my sister's actually phone is put on the rig, taping it for me right now. So we're literally live in 3 different places. We're just trying to get more information out there, trying to reach a bigger audience. This will hopefully help. We didn't find Twitter worked too well. So if you, once again, have a suggestion for us, by all means, let us know. So number 7 last week in week 18 was our Kickstarter cheat sheet. It was actually good to see that so much attention was being paid to this weekly Kickstarter cheat sheet that we put out there for you guys to enjoy and consume. I personally think it's a great opportunity for Kickstarters. I mean, it's this list that we constantly have, and you can just go here and check it out. And this list constantly is being updated. It's constantly changing. For the first time, there's something that's growing as creators' needs change, and we change something that's funded, we pull it off. We're also trying to work on a Hall of Fame. So there's a lot of work going into this cheat sheet that started off as for those who remember back in the day, a year ago now almost, we used to do each one of the Kickstarters one by one and give them their own section. And this caused a lot of load problems for a lot of people. So then we switched to a word-only format, and I really felt that things were missing from that. So luckily, teaming up with Opinion Stage, we've gotten this great opportunity to use these lists that are hosted off of our site, and we have the ability to now show it to you in wonderful color images. We get to you take up as much space as we really want, because it won't give you a drag on load from our site. And when it loads over from their site, it should usually load within the same. They're about a second or 2 behind us. So yeah, I apologize when it does take an extra second if you guys are trying to race through it, but it's worth the wait. There are sometimes you have to understand 20 Kickstarters on this sheet. So sometimes it does take a little bit of time. The Night, which is coming out on Kickstarter, issue 2 on June 2nd, was reviewed by me, and I'm happy to see that it's made the countdown again. I believe this was on the countdown a few weeks ago when I first did it. And now that it came back, and I guess it was spread around during the week, and you guys really liked the review. I think it's a fantastic project. I think it's interesting. I have issue 2 to actually do a review on, so that's something for you guys to look forward to. I'm going to try to get it out as soon as possible because I know the Kickstarter is coming up. Fetish Baby shows up, but for a brand new reason. Fetish Babies won the spinner rack. Now, I was very proud of this accomplishment. For those who don't know what the spinner rack is, it is our way of trying to showcase a comic book that you guys, the fans, choose. And this was actually a very big vote. I mean, I took out Michael Metlin, who's a great creator and had ruled the spinner rack since we introduced it this year. And credit to him, man. He made it hard. I really had to hustle. He was in between deciding where Kane was going to wind up going, so I think he was a little distracted, and I think I snuck in and took my opportunity. It was a big deal that Fetish Babies got the spinner rack to me at this point because we have just gotten a new artist. I knew that was coming. We're on Amazon. We're reaching out to be on Comixology. So it's going to be a big month for us, and we're going to our hopefully first con, MegaCon, coming soon. So stay tuned. And more stuff's coming this month with this. Now, the cool thing about this, that when you do check it out and you come to this, which you'll find the links both on YouTube and on my page, it's already put up. You'll go in here and you'll actually find out I made a quiz about Fetish Babies so you guys can get to know Fetish Babies better. Number 4 was Superwoman in an alternative costume that was definitely her after-hours outfit. Beautiful young lady. At MegaCon Tampa Bay. We didn't get her name. We want to get her name so we can give her the credit. We wanted to share it with you. A little tidbit about our cosplay. We had over 760 pictures taken of cosplayers. That's not including the doubles we took of certain people. 760 pictures. So we basically had to try to do 2 a day for a year, sometimes condensing it to 3 or 4, because we wanted to get it all out before we restarted our con season, which we've already started. We have things from Fusion Con coming, so there are more pictures coming. We're happy to announce that all the 2016 cosplay pictures will end on the weekend of MegaCon in Orlando. And they are actually the pictures of MegaCon Tampa Bay, so it's a synergy there that they're actually ending on the same. They're ending on the same exact con as they started. So, you know, it's been fun to do it. I wish that I'm gonna try to figure something out so we can give people credit faster than we've given them in the past year. I just think that there's got to be a better way for us to kind of give these people credit who bring characters to life, and they do an amazing job. And I mean, some of them just buy store-bought costumes, but they go to the effort of wearing it in public and walking the streets to the cons in public. And, you know, especially for, I think, women have to, when they're doing some of they're in a vulnerable position. So I think that we need to support them by showing them, you know, how much it means to them, by saying thank you, by liking their pictures, by joining their fan pages, because I do think that cosplay is important, and I think that it really does show the passion of fandom, and it doesn't get any more real than that. Moving on to May the 4th be with you. That's right, last week was May 4th. So May 4th last week had some fantastic art given to us by a bunch of different artists, all contained in here. And you know what? Usually I want to make these things go fast, but tonight, let's just take a minute and celebrate May 4th. So May 4th, let's take a quick look at all this fantastic art. And I'm going to call off. I know the top is Dan DeMille, very talented artist. Right here, we have something from Jay Campbell. This is from Anthony Horchin. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. George. Sorry if I'm getting that one wrong too. These are not easy names. Keithan Jones. I know Keithan Jones. Keithan Jones makes my life easy with that name. Great creator. Look at the fantastic shot of a Luke Skywalker coming off of, I can't tell if what position he'd be in that. I think I want to say a battle on the Death Star because he doesn't have his robotic hand yet. So that's my guess. We have something from Andy Shaggy Corte. All those who watch the cartoon know who this character is. We have an alternate on a droid that looks like BB2 but in a different coloring. So I'm wondering what kind of droid his name would be. It looks like it's also mocking, funnily, the Back to the Future reference here. And that was the May 4th. Hopefully next year we'll have more to share with you. We're always trying to improve the things that we do. May 4th will be something that we do focus a little bit more on. Back to our countdown. Oh, this was really cool. I was happy to see this show up in the countdown. This was the free comic book day list that we tried out this year. Next year we will be starting very early on this, very early. We'll start a month ahead of time. But the cool thing about this is that we gave everyone a roadmap to it, and it was fantastic what we did. I really like it. Please give me feedback. From the feedback I heard, everyone loved it. We not only gave you this one gigantic thing like we do everything else, but we gave you regions. And this is something I really want to focus on next year. And I want to focus on this with cons if I can. If you have an upcoming con you want me to promote, let me know. This is why these lists are important. I know that we make fanfare of it and we show it off and we're showing you guys, hey, look at this, you know, check out this list. This is cool. I know it seems at times like, well, why would you celebrate that? We're not necessarily just celebrating what got more views when we do something like this. We're also paying attention to what you guys like and what you guys don't necessarily view. Perfect example. Everyone wanted us to cover wrestling, so we've tried it, and so far the views really haven't been there. And that could mean that we have to relook at if we're going to put energy in there, because every time we do something, that's energy that we're putting somewhere that we're not putting somewhere else. I might get someone to just cover wrestling for me. Maybe there's a wrestling fan out there watching these videos. So if you're a wrestling fan and you want to cover wrestling for Written Sins, just let me know. And I will let you cover wrestling from now on. It might be something that I just give to someone else like we just talked about. So that's one of those things that we look at. So when we're doing these lists, this countdown, and we're also celebrating all the views, we do it because we're also paying attention and we want to showcase things that we know people are interested in. And that was one of the reasons we're getting rid of the repeats is I don't think it was fair to constantly repeat things. Like for this week, for example, there were a couple Fetish babies, things that we'd seen in the past, and we've already announced the new artist. There was the artist search, which I didn't think was appropriate considering we've already named our artist at this point. Why would we show that again? And there was some stuff that would be actually covered in the last week's in SiN week 17, which actually got the #1 spot. I am thrilled how often this is getting viewed. This got viewed hundreds of times, and then the videos got viewed on YouTube. I'm not sure if it actually got viewed as much on YouTube. Depending on how it's shared, because sometimes we just share it on actually YouTube and we put it on Facebook. We don't always necessarily see the views when you see it on Facebook for some reason. It's some weird metric where you only see it if you go directly to the YouTube site. And I'm not chasing views. I just don't have the energy in life to worry about views. So we do these videos, we do them live on Facebook because I really think that we reach more people when we're doing it live. I don't necessarily like going live on Friday nights, and most of you guys know that. I know a lot of you are busy. I know a lot of you will see this the next morning. So with that in mind, we've been also trying to figure out what times would be better for you guys. So as we're talking a little bit more deeply tonight about this, I'd also like to hear from you guys about what times you'd like to see these videos play. Some of this is also trial and error. We've been trying these. We try Spoken Sins is a program that really is about scheduling. And when I can get with a creator, if you notice this week we didn't have a Spoken Sins. I do have a couple people I'm dying to get on the show. It's a scheduling nightmare sometimes between my schedule and then meeting up with their schedule. Plus, I need to have someone watching Jax when I'm doing Spoken Sins, while certain other videos you guys have heard him playing around and running around in. This is not the case with Spoken Sins. I don't want a creator's time wasted, or have that British thing where the kid walks in on the video. I want the time to really go to them. So we're trying, guys. We're definitely doing things to improve. So if you want to be on the show, you're more than welcome. We'll get you on. I've done Spoken Sins when someone called me in the morning and they were like, "Can I get on? I have something to say." And I was like, "Hell yeah, we'll be free." And I made the time. So, I mean, I could do this from my phone at times. So there's always a way that we can help promote you guys. And it's a big moment this week coming up. And we're going to talk a lot more about that on other videos. And I'm just going to first mention it here. We're days away from our very first day that we'll repeat, meaning that day we've already had Unwritten Sins. And every day has been a new day that we never competed with. And for the first time, we're going to be competing with ourselves from last year. So far, our numbers are up by 15 to 25%. For some reason, it's kind of been disappointing with the views. That could be somewhat of me having, I had some back issues as always, and just been a little busy with my own creations. You guys will start seeing some things coming out. So, and I know a couple of the contributors have been a little busy. It seems like everyone's a little busy this time of the year. I know it's con season, and I know con season kind of doesn't pick up until the end of May. Like the end of May until August, it's fast and crazy. And then August, like to September, like the end of August to September, there's kind of a lull where everything gets kind of calm. There are cons, but it's calmer. And then you have New York Comic Con in October, and it feels like there's this rush to wrap up cons in October. So then November comes and it's the holidays. And then the next thing you know, we're here in January, and we're talking in January about con season coming up. And each year, con season gets earlier. Some creators started their Comic-Con season in January. I almost did. Started in January. I actually was hurt, and I couldn't make a January show. For those who know, during the winter, I took a pretty nasty fall and on water and really hurt myself pretty good. I probably should have gone to have my back looked at, but I just wound up not thinking it was worth it. And that might have been my fault, but I didn't get it looked at, so I was kind of laid up for a bit. Because I'm just going to make an excuse for not going. I should have gone to the doctor. But that kind of threw me off from that. But, con season is one of those things that seems like there's not going to be a season anymore. It's just going to be, there are going to be cons that we're all going to be starting to be invited to. I'm excited for New York Comic Con. I'm excited for MegaCon. I'm excited for MegaCons down here in Florida, for those who don't know. I'm also excited to go to SuperCon in Florida, South Florida. That's going to be actually on the east coast of Florida, right near Miami. It's avoiding me right now, the name. It's a famous Florida beach too. I'm going to feel horrible that I can't remember it. We're going to move on to the next one. And that's actually happening in the middle of July, right at the same time as Tampa Bay Comic Con, which I can't go to. But I think, have a reporter who's going to report for us, and that's exciting news coming soon to everybody. Still can't think of that Florida town name. It's Fort Lauderdale. There we go. Fort Lauderdale is where SuperCon is going to be. And in between then, I might be going to a brand new state I've never even been to in my life to go to a Comic-Con. We're still working out the details, but I'll give the hint that there might be some magic involved in my Comic-Con schedule this year. I've been asked to check out a few Comic-Cons. There's one in Fort Myers coming up and on November that I want to check out. There's Tampa Bay MegaCon, which I believe is the weekend right before New York Comic Con. And then the weekend I get back from New York Comic Con, because I'll be up in New York the following weekend, there's something possibly going on. I haven't gotten the full details on it that following weekend. So it's going to be a busy year for Written Sins and me. We're going to try to bring you more con coverage. So these lists and this week is as we say goodbye to the one of the last weeks that won't have a repeat in it. Week 18 is the last week where there is no repeat. Week 19 will have been a week where we had already had in 2016. So it's exciting to see us finally get to the point where we're talking about the creators of Written Sins website, which we affectionately call Written Sins now, just to make everything easier for everyone to remember. It becomes easier. And if you type in www.writtensins.com, you instantly go to creators of Written Sins. A couple other names, writtensins.net and all that stuff. But that's why we do these countdown and these videos and all this stuff. It's to build awareness. It's to showcase some of these things. I always am eager to hear, and I know the rest of the team is eager to hear what you guys think we're doing good, what you think we can improve on. And if you think we're doing something poorly, let us know. We've improved dramatically because of you guys, and might as well do a shameless plug while we're on. But as you can see, this is a cleaned up version now, so it's Facebook friendly. We're going to be doing title up here because I know there are new comic books that are coming out that we want to have the opportunity to get a chance to be on the site. We have some things coming. So this has been a wild ride for a year. And because the next time I'm talking to you guys on a video for this, we'll be celebrating 1 year. And I think that we've done some amazing things. We've talked to Neil Adams, we've talked to Deadpool creator. We've been fearless in how we covered things. We've been granted press passes all across. I mean, we're a press pass at New York Comic Con. I mean, come on, wow, that's awesome. New York Comic Con press pass. So thank you. You guys have, I know that you all think that we help you, but you also help the indie market. And by helping the indie market, you help me. You also all help me by giving me something to focus on for when I'm in pain, because many of you know that I suffer from chronic pain in my spinal region in my back, so lower back. So this gives me a distraction on bad days. Luckily, today's not a bad day. Today's an okay day. So thank you for tuning into this video. Sorry I went off a little bit about why we're doing this. It's just it's on the eve of a big moment. We're just hours away from our 1 year at this point. That's how exciting this is. And we're not going to do like balloons or anything major like that, but it really is just, it made me realize when I went live tonight how far we've gotten. And I really do appreciate all the support, and anything we can do to help, let us know. That's it. I promise next week's Week in SiN will be a lot shorter and I won't rant. But seriously, reach out to us anytime you need help, and we'll get your stuff out there, and we'll help you build the audience you need to be successful. This is Rob Anderson, the voice of Written Sins, signing off. I will see you soon with more information about 1 year of SiN.